Greetings all and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. This one's not one of my guys. This one's Santa Claus from QSFE. He sent me loads of replays over the years. Well, I say over the years, sound like an old sweat. Last couple of months. And he's a very, very good player. Alright, he's from QSF, so he's going to be reasonably good. Alright, he's got 1754 WN8 and a 53% win rate. He's a green player. Alright, and he's just basically going to show us how to put the Bulldog to work. Now, the Bulldog is one of the greatest tanks, light tanks in the game. Alright, it's fantastic. It's brand new, so it is going to be slightly leaning towards the overish powered type category, but it is getting a slight nerf in the next patch. I think they've realised how powerful it really is. I think it's getting like a minuscule view range nerf, and I believe some mobility resistancy soft stat type nerfs, I believe. Don't quote me on it though. I know the T-37 is getting as well. But what Wargaming are doing in the next patch, I'm not going to do a patch notes sort of like video this time. There's not really a great deal happening. They're nerfing the view range. A bit of a power slide there. Woohoo! They're nerfing the view range of a lot of tank destroyers. I think what they're doing is they're trying to make this more of a team game. The team has to work together. Now, all you haters can lament in the comments, oh my god, it's just full of noobs and randoms, they're all idiots and they're all morons, they don't know what they're doing, don't know which way they tank forward and all this shit. Guys, if you want to do proper team-based battles, get your asses into team games. Stop bitching about randoms. It fucking does my head in. I moan about teams all the time myself. Don't get me wrong. But I like what they're trying to do with the dynamics of the game. They are trying to fix the issues. Hopefully, by the end of this next patch, things like FCM Pack 40s and SU-85Bs and that won't have the same view range as Tier 10s, mediums. I think what they're going to do is buff the view ranges of mediums and light tanks and nerf the ranges of tank destroyers so that tank destroyers are reliant on other team members. They're actually doing their jobs, because tank destroyers, guys, did not charge the line in real battles. I'm not trying to say this game is realistic in any way, shape or form. Your tank destroyers are ambush predators. You know, they shouldn't be able to see as far as a light tank, because what's the point of having a light tank if the tank destroyer can see far enough for itself? Which is a good thing. Now, what Santa Claus basically been doing in this replay so far is scouting the mid-range. He stayed completely 100% foot to the floor mobile. He hasn't stopped moving this whole time, apart from one little episode in cover, right, to check around. He's getting shot at. He is getting shot at. People are aware he's here. But he just keeps moving, and he always relocating, right, because there is artillery in play, even though it is a 14-1. Alright. So, we're just popping up from different locations every single time. Alright, these ELCs basically ran forward at the start of the game, got absolutely one-shotted, alright, which is kind of an ELC thing. There's two kinds of ELC player in this world: retards that charge off at the start of the game and people that actually know how to play it and have epic games in them occasionally. Now, when we show, or YouTubers show, light tank games like this, okay, you don't have these kinds of games every single time, ladies and gentlemen, alright? Light tank players, you have to have a certain few things in place. You know, you have to have support of your own team, you have to have the enemy team doing stupid stuff, and you have to be aware of your own particular tank and how things work. Now, in this replay, something just clicks with this team, specifically the Borsigs. Alright, the Borsigs. Now, was that a kill steal? No. This is what light tanks are for. You know, they're supposed to be taking the last few points of health to allow those guys with the 8-9 second reloads to spend their 400 alpha on something a little bit more important. It basically takes that T-29's 105 out of the game and hopefully swings it for the guys in the town. But unfortunately for the guys in the town, the Tier 7s have gone into the town, and this is a Tier 8 game. All our Tier 8s, we've got very few top tier heavies. We've got 2 top tier heavies, one of which is dead. The enemy team have 6 top tier heavies. So the town was basically a lost cause anyway. But they have to be there to defend it. Now, later on in the replay, somebody calls them all useless heavies. They're Tier 7s against Tier 8s, and the tier jump, for those of you who played the game for long enough, well, no, it's just absolutely immense. Now that 111, don't even think he knew we were here to start with. Either that or he didn't care. We did manage to take quite a bit of health off him. Let's just have a bit of a check of how much health we actually took off him there. How much health did we take off him? Quite a bit. Okay, I didn't get the numbers. We took about 5 shots into him. Now, this is where the town starts to crumble. If you look at the town a bit more closely, the IS-3's got around the corner, around the side of them, and they're making an aggressive push. Now, Santa uses a really good bit of low ground here, basically pinging like mad to the T-71, saying, I want this guy dead. I can't be doing with a full clip's worth of his shit coming at me. Thankfully, we've got tank destroyers that are actually aware and, you know, actually manage to support us, which is always nice. It doesn't happen all the time. But this is the essence of what Wargaming are after with this view range nerf. You know, the light tanks ahead doing all the spotting, and the tanks. Nah, look at the town. I'm going to interrupt myself. Look at the town. Holy shit. Well, light tanks and tank destroyers. This is how it's supposed to be working in 9.6, guys. Yep, boom, headshot. Okay, great. Next, VK still spotted. Let's have him. Let's not pop up from the same location twice, though. Yeah, there you go. Look, IS useless heavies. No, they're not useless. They're just outmatched. They held on for long enough, though, because they've allowed our tank destroyers to do their job on the far side. Oh, IS-3, low health. Can we get the gun depression on him? Probably not. Can we get him? We can track him, though, I think. Yeah, can we track him? Yes, track him in the open. Down destroyer bounces, we managed to take the last shot. Oh, there's a T20 on low. This is where target prioritization comes in as well, guys. With 2 full health IS-3s, very strong tier 8s. IS-7s against IS-3s, sorry, ISs against IS-3s, no contest. You know, the IS-3's got a way better gun, way better armour, and that's why they're still on full health. Oh, T20 on low health. Yep, we can deal with him. Quite a fast medium tank. Can't let him get near the Borsigs. Bang. There we go, we've got him. Who's next? These IS-3s that start working them over. And this is basically what he's doing here. He is kind of staying in the same place, but it's a good place. You know, this tank isn't a hull-down tank, don't get me wrong. But that IS-3 is over 400 metres away. Think about the accuracy. However, that guy, the Carnarvon, is a bit more of a threat with his 20-pounder. Me, personally, I would have taken shots at the Carnarvon here and taken his gun out of the game. But, you know, decisions are when you're panicking. It's easy to sit in here watching the replay, having watched it twice. We could have done with that Carnarvon dying there, really, but he's not really that much of a problem. He is a green player, though. This is what I use XVM for. I would prioritise the Carnarvon there, but, you know, not taking anything away from Santa Claus here. He's doing an absolutely banging job. Alright, we can't let that know. Nah, Carnarvon's going to get away. Oh, so these IS-3s are pretty much in a no-win situation here. They've got to charge the field against 2 competent Borsigs and a scout that's spotting them the whole way. They're in a whole world of shit here. Now, what would you do here in your IS-3? I wouldn't go and press the action like this. I'll probably back off and maybe go through the middle. So if you ever get stuck in this situation, guys, what I would do is I'd go down the E-line, go back into the town, use the cover of the buildings, and come along the mid-ridge, because you can either defend your cap or you can get shots on the Borsigs from the town. They're just in a no-win situation here. They're getting shot from the flank. Rapid firing, 175mm pen gun. And they're just getting hit in the side all the time. And as you know, the IS-3's got some trollish armour at the side, but its petrol tank, its fuel tanks are at the side, and its engines at the side, and the ammo racks at the side, and all the squishy bits are at the side. You know, you've got to be really careful when you're getting flanked by tanks. You've got to pay these tanks, and most of the new light tanks, a lot of respect. You cannot underestimate the firepower of these things. And we're talking a little bit more about the Bulldog. I will do a full review on one eventually. When I've played enough decent games in it, and I've actually got used to it myself. I do use it in team battles quite a lot. We do play the team battle format quite a lot. And Santa Claus there, as he should, says thank you very much, lads, to the Borsigs, because without them this game would be lost. Basically, the Bulldog's got a choice of 2 cannons, really. He's got an auto-loader and the constant fire gun, or the same non-auto-loader gun like this one that he's using. There's arguments for and against. My biggest argument towards the auto-loader is the fact that you have to wait for 18 to 20 seconds for it to reload every 10 shots. Now, in those 10 shots, it does fire more rapidly, but it's bursty damage, and you tend to have an oddment of ammunition at the end of the game as well, because this tank carries 60 rounds of ammunition. So with the auto-loader, that we could have done without taking that hit, actually, or that one. Never mind. That T-34 came from fucking nowhere, though. Where the hell was that guy? Anyway, yeah, the auto-loader, you get 6 drums of ammunition, and if you reload halfway through a drum, towards the end of the game, you end up with an oddman, and that's a 20-second reload for 6 rounds, where the constant fire gun, you only lose about a second in between shots. You know, I don't know. Answers on a postcard. You know, auto-loader or non-auto-loader? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. What do you use in your Bulldog? Oh, unlucky, didn't manage to kill the Carnarvon there, but managed to get him with a second shot. And we're on 7 kills. Woohoo! Alright, now, he asked for a Radley's in the chat. Now, would you give him this? I would. I would give him this, personally. But the Bulldog, not the Bulldog, the Borsig is basically just being a dick. Alright, he says no. Alright, light tank on 7 kills in a tier 8 game, and they won't even give him the kill. Then again, no. Hey-ho. Crusader SP is actually aiming in, and boom. Unfortunately, we don't manage to net the kill. Let's check the post-game stats out then. Well, it goes without saying that was a Mastery Badge game. I'm struggling to find my Mastery Badge in the Bulldog. I think I've actually got it though. I struggled massively to get it, simply because a lot of people are playing these tanks in competitions and team-based battles and all this kind of stuff. These even see places in Tier 8 tank companies, these things. I've seen a few games of Tier 6, Tier 8 tank companies taking Walker Bulldogs because of their power. Anyway, so, Mastery Badge, Fire for Effect, Arsonist, Duelist, Bruiser, Top Gun, and the True Scout Medal. Patrol Duty. What Patrol Duty is, it allows you basically equipped your team and allowed your team, alright, to kill at least 6 enemy vehicles by highlighting them. Alright. And basically the tanks must only be highlighted to you when they're taking damage. That was at the end of the game when those tanks are crossing the field. That's a Patrol Duty in a bag. You know, that was just absolutely amazing teamwork from Santa Claus and the Borsigs there. And I think he'll be the first to admit without those Borsigs that would have been a loss. Alright, like we said in the Chef Engel replay, 1988. The reason why he got this, alright, is because you're shooting at Tier 8s. If you're shooting at a Tier higher, you get more base XP. Alright, not taking anything away from 1988, that's fucking amazing. But you do get more if you're blowing holes in like IS3s in this thing than what you would be blowing holes in Cromwells, for example. That's what I'm trying to get at there. Alright, 7 kills, 1988 base XP. Alright, really good damage. 3,421 with a gun that only does 150 average damage. So that's a good, yeah, like I said, 24 shots in. Alright, against heavies, tank destroyers, you know, he's shooting everything. And 4,000 spotting damage. So he allowed his team to do 4,000 points worth of damage. Netted him 60,000 credits. Yeah, the ammunition on this thing is dirt cheap, guys. It really is. That you can make a profit on this light tank. You really can. If you play this tank well. If you start banging gold through it, though, you're not going to get it. But the gold ammo is a bit okay. I keep a few gold rounds in case you get into like a tier 9 game, or worst case scenario, a tier 10 game, facing A100 and things like that. But I don't use it very often. The APCR is more than applicable, so it's really, really cheap to run. This hasn't taken the place of the T71 for me yet, but it's getting there. It really is. So, Walker Bulldog, piloted by Santa Claus. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I'll catch you next time. Bye now.